When Thomas Edison was young, he was described as defective. He had an abnormally large head and was frequently ill. That's how the world first saw him, a sickly, fragile boy who looked nothing like a future genius. But what the world didn't know was that behind those tired eyes was an unstoppable curiosity, one that would light up the planet and forever reshape human history. But here's the twist. Was Edison truly a genius? Or was he a stubborn tinkerer who stole ideas and mastered business more than science? Thomas Alva Edison grew up restless. He asked too many questions, drove teachers mad, and was even called addled, useless. At age 7, he was pulled out of school by his mother. At home, he devoured every book he could find, especially on science. But experiments were dangerous in young Edison's hands. He once set his father's barn on fire to test how flames spread. Another time, he tried hatching eggs by sitting on them himself. To his father, these were signs of an idiot, but to his mother, they were signs of brilliance. She told him, "You are not slow. You are different." It was her belief that built the foundation of the man who would one day be called the Wizard of Menlo Park. At 12, Edison got a job selling newspapers on trains. In the baggage car, he set up a tiny chemistry lab. But one day, an experiment exploded and nearly set the car ablaze. He was thrown out, and in the chaos, an accident damaged his ears. From then on, Edison lived with partial deafness. But he later claimed, "My deafness was a blessing. It kept me from hearing distractions and let me concentrate." Not long after, Edison performed a heroic act. He saved a baby from being run over by a train. As a reward, the station master taught him telegraphy. That single act of kindness gave Edison a skill that would change his destiny. He mastered the telegraph, sending messages across long distances. But his restless tinkering got him fired from job after job. Employers said he couldn't follow rules. But Edison didn't want to follow rules. He wanted to rewrite them. At 20, Edison arrived in New York City, penniless. He was broke, hungry, and slept on park benches. But within weeks, he fixed a broken stock ticker at the Gold Indicator Company. The executives were so impressed, they hired him. Soon after, he improved the ticker machine so well that he sold the rights for $40,000, nearly $1 million today. With that money, Edison built his first laboratory, a place not of leisure, but of relentless work. His team was called the Insomnia Squad, young men working all night under Edison's demanding eye. It was here that Edison lived his most famous quote, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." In 1877, Edison created something magical, the phonograph, a machine that could record and replay sound. When he unveiled it to journalists, the machine spoke. "Good morning. How do you do? How do you like the phonograph?" The crowd was stunned. Newspapers hailed him as the Wizard of Menlo Park. For the first time, the human voice had been captured. Edison wasn't just inventing machines, he was inventing the future. But Edison wanted more than fame. He wanted to conquer darkness. For years, inventors had tried and failed to create a practical light bulb. Edison tested thousands of materials, metals, threads, even human hair. At last, carbonized cotton burned for 40 hours. Carbonized paper burned for 170 hours. The light bulb was no longer a dream, it was real. On New Year's Eve, 1879, Menlo Park lit up with 800 electric bulbs. Crowds gasped as night turned into day. The modern world had begun, but Edison's triumph came with a storm. He backed direct current, DC, while a brilliant former employee, Nikola Tesla, championed alternating current, AC. Edison fought dirty. He spread lies in newspapers, calling AC dangerous. He staged public demonstrations, electrocuting animals to prove his point. He even supported the electric chair, powered by AC as a grim warning. Thomas Edison started by lying about the dangers of AC in the newspapers. He even electrocuted animals publicly. But the tide turned. Tesla and Westinghouse won contracts, including the power plant at Niagara Falls. AC triumphed. Edison lost the current war. Defeat didn't stop Edison. He turned to motion pictures, inventing the kinetograph camera and kinetoscope viewer. His studio, the Black Maria, produced short films. But Edison's aggressive patents forced many filmmakers west to California. There, far from Edison's reach, Hollywood was born. Even in loss, Edison shaped history. By the time of his death in 1931, Edison had filed over 1,093 patents. He gave the world sound, film, light, and power. His relentless drive turned science into industry and invention into empire. Edison conquered darkness, but was he truly a wizard of light or also a master of shadows? He lit our world, but his fire still sparks debate. If you like the video, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe for similar videos and be the part of our thrillbytt community.